WWE SmackDown August 16th, 2024 results. This finish of this show is going to have people talking for the next week. And we will get into that because this show was, it was interesting. Look, I attended last week's show in Tulsa. I would say this was right up there. I thought it was very good. This is what happened. So it opened with a video recap of last week's show. Corey Graves, Wade Barrett, they welcomed us to the broadcast before transitioning into the opening segment. Out came Tiffany Stratton and Pretty Deadly. They came out to the ring. They welcomed our newly crowned WWE Women's Champion, Nia Jax, and her championship celebration kicked off. Jax cut a promo about how she didn't really like the abundance of pink, and the destruction was more of her style because her style is destruction. This is why she won the championship from Bayley at SummerSlam. She said that everyone backstage should bow to her, starting with Tiffany. Stratton actually agreed to this, but then before, Pretty Deadly had a song to sing for Jax, previewing their upcoming musical. The performance was interrupted by Mia Yim. She appeared in the ring, attacked Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, and Pretty Deadly with a kendo stick. To say the least, she spoiled the party and took Stratton's champagne to go along with her. Then we had Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair. They watched the segment backstage before Carmelo Hayes joined in and asked them if they were going to be at his after party once he beats Andrade. Jade Cargill, very playful in this segment. She chimed in and pointed out that Hayes was actually 0-2 against Andrade, but wished him the best in his match. It was a fun little segment. Carmelo Hayes finally defeated Andrade via pinfall. He went over with the strong 0 pin. After the match, the two brawled before Petey Williams, Shane Helms, Jason Jordan, and a bunch of referees ran down to the ring, calmed them down, separated them, and we moved on to another backstage segment where Solo Sikoa spoke with Tama Tonga. Solo told him that he would acknowledge Roman only if he could take back the Ula Fala from him, which is the red necklace, which symbolizes who the actual tribal chief is. There was another vignette for Giovanni Vinci ahead of his WWE return and SmackDown arrival. I'm very curious to see what he can do on his own. He did some decent things in NXT, but I think this is his last shot, or I'm afraid he's going to be on the old free agent list. Blair Davenport actually went over Naomi with her finisher. I was actually surprised by this finish. It was good to see Blair pick up a win. Naomi, I would have kept her a little bit stronger, but I understand, give and take. We're building to something here. It should also be noted that NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez was in the crowd for the match. There was a few NXT stars in the crowd, and I'll get into that in a minute. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory were backstage, and they spoke with Kevin Owens, where Waller was frustrated that Owens was getting a championship match without deserving it. Owens, he came up, and he said Waller was right, and told Waller that if he's such an easy win, then he should take him on tonight. Owens chopped the heck out of him, and then walked off. It was a fun segment. Obviously, Kevin Owens is slated to challenge Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship at Bash in Berlin later this month. And they have this wacky storyline where Kevin Owens doesn't think that he earned a championship opportunity, which technically he didn't. However, Cody Rhodes is like pressuring him into taking it. It's kind of very odd. Then we had a vignette for the late, great Afa Anoa'i, who passed away today. Thoughts go out to his family. Kevin Owens, he went over Grayson Waller with his pop-up powerbomb finisher. Former NXT champ Trick Williams was in the crowd for the match. Owens continued to attack Waller after the match before he tried to hit a powerbomb on Waller on the apron, but Theory pulled Waller out of the ring. Theory and Waller had Owens surrounded him with steel chairs, but Cody made the save and laid out Waller and Theory with chairs. Owens thanked Rhodes for the assistance before giving Rhodes his undisputed WWE Championship. Tama Tonga met with Solo Sikoa backstage yet again, and he stated that he acknowledged Solo as his tribal chief. Solo thanked Tonga for doing so, but said that he would take out Roman tonight. Then we had Legado de Fantasma. They did a really, I thought this was actually the best thing on the show. So you had Angel Garza, Berto, Electra Lopez, Santo Escobar. They were at this restaurant, and it was like a mob scene. Escobar told the group to remind everyone who they are and remind the rest of the roster what fear is. Escobar vowed in this case to win the United States Championship next week when he took on LA Knight. Yeah. Speaking of LA Knight, he came out to this stage and he got a promo after this vignette. He talked about how Escobar was just trying to be like him. LA Knight promised to knock out Escobar and knock his head off with a BFT in the capital of the USA to retain the US Championship. LA Knight said he was fine with Escobar calling him trash, but said he can put Escobar on any day of the week and kick his butt. So that was good. LA Knight, he's really good at promos, so what do you expect? Chelsea Green and Piper Niven met with Michin, or aka Mia Yim, backstage. They revealed that she's got a title match against Nia Jax. Jax pushed Yim to the wall, but Nick Aldis, of course our SmackDown GM, he showed up and told Jax to get into his office. We had Street Profits. They went over DIY in a number one contenders match, so that is on presumably for Bash in Berlin. We'll see. They went over with the Doomsday Blockbuster, and then the main event, what everyone will be talking about, we had Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga. They came out to the ring. They called out Roman Reigns. He said if he wanted the necklace, come and get it. Roman came out, got an absolute juggernaut of a reaction. He brawled with Solo before Tama Tonga made the save. Reigns, he went on the offense after selling a little bit. He planted Tama with a Uranagi, and then he tossed him to the floor. Reigns hit the Superman punch and the spear on Solo in the center of the ring. He put the necklace on his neck, and then he was blindsided by the returning Jacob Fatu, who did still have a walking boot on, and Fatu attacked Reigns, and then the Bloodline hit a triple powerbomb, aka Shield-esque powerbomb, through the broadcast table. Solo got the necklace back, and they stood tall to end the show. It was a very good